Bye.
Hello guys, it's your girl Melamona here with a different kind of video today that's not love messages or general messages, okay? So, as of lately, I've been really dibbling and dabbling into shadow work for myself, okay? Um, I feel as though some of you guys could need this information as well, as such as myself, looking at shadow work, what it is, and things like that. So what I'm going to do in this video is actually, explain to you what shadow work is, how to go about it, and pretty much say what does each, placement or things like that needs to hear. Okay? It's not generalized or love, but just like whatever you need to hear about yourself in regards to your shadow self or your, you know, inner self that you don't expose. So let's just hop right into what is shadow work. Also, I got some notes right here so I don't lose track of what I'm telling you guys. So shadow work is pretty much where you acknowledge your inner self. And I mean everything, not only just positive things about yourself, but also, you know, what is things that you don't want to show people that you actually embody on a regular day basis, such as like rage, envy, greed, selfishness, nastiness, and be able to be controlling of power, things like that. Pretty much things you wish nobody knew about you. That's what we're going to be talking about. How to, I wouldn't say conquer, but be able to accept that side of yourself and learn from that type of behavior. Okay? So, one thing that people might do that, when they realize that they're being this way, whether it's like selfish, greedy, things like that, or, rude, somebody may repress those feelings, towards somebody. Or maybe, like after they instantly, you know, realize that they are the one that's doing that to somebody else, you could pretty much also project it onto people other than keeping that part of you in and not showing your true self, which has always been yourself. It's just something you repress. But if you're not the type to repress uh this type of part of yourself, you may project it onto others. Okay, so what projection is, if you don't know what projection is where you pretty much throw on your own inner qualities or something that is something dealing with you onto somebody else. So take for example, rudeness. Somebody could come to you and they might talk in a different tone, or they may say something that you don't like. You will automatically consider that rude. Okay, yeah, that might come off as rude, but I don't feel as though people don't always have those intentions. It's your psyche or your inner self realizing that, oh, I notice myself in others. Okay, that's kind of shadow working, realizing that you see yourself in others, and you also do that same thing. It's a good thing that you are acknowledging and realizing you're doing self awareness. That's one step to that. Okay, so pretty much moving on to that part. How can you do shadow work? What are some steps? Um, how can it affect my life? What do I need to know about this? Okay, so for one, you always need to own up to your flaws, your weaknesses, selfishness, hate, things like that. Own up to it. Know that, I did this and this is wrong. When you know that something is wrong that you did to somebody else, you can, not to correct it the next time. I'm not saying that you should like repress it. That's the difference between repressing and correcting. Okay? So once you do shadow work and things like that, some changes that you might notice in yourself and everything around you, your relationships are going to improve. You'll have a clear perception of like yourself, other people, you'll pretty much your mental and your physical health will enhance. Because people stress out about it, but I'll go more into depth on each topic. You will also become more mature once you do some type of shadow work. So let's talk about what can be approved one by one from that list. So as I was saying, when you improve your relationships after doing shadow work, you're able to accept yourself and others, their flaws. You know, that's talking about like, growing with somebody, being able to be a better person. So if you're a selfish person and you're with somebody and you do some shadow work, or maybe they're selfish and it's vice versa, you are able to learn from somebody that probably already healed, or you need to be going through a healing process. Not saying that you need people to heal, but you may, find yourself kind of getting the sense that, oh, this person brings out a better side of me. So you become more selfless. This is where you put other people before yourself in a good way. So it's like it's not always about you, or you don't blame other people to save yourself. It's like you take accountability within relationships and why things might not work, or just the betterment of relationships, being able to compromise, things like that. Healthy communication, no blaming, no, on projections onto other people. Like, you don't want that, okay? So that's one way that it can be improved, in your relationships. Another thing is the clear perception. So with clear perception, it's your way of knowing yourself better. Again, let's just take relationships and the argument. When somebody could be projecting themselves onto you, or they could be labeling you as a certain thing, after you reach a higher part of yourself where you already did that healing, nothing like that can affect you anymore, because you know yourself. You can think clearer and not react off of emotions that are just you're repressing feelings, or just pretty much it's traumas you didn't get over. If you have a clear perception of yourself and what you need to heal over, and you've done that, nothing like that will be able to affect you. Which is moving on to the next thing that I was telling you about: physical and mental enhancement of your health, in that area. So, once you, deal with those past traumas, childhood wounds, things like that, you are able to, become happier, have more healthier relationships. So let's just take mommy daddy issues. That's like the number one thing that people like to throw in each other's faces when it comes to things not working out, and how this person was raised. So let's talk about that. So let's talk about just let's just say daddy issues and then mommy issues. So with daddy issues, you may find that a girl, they always typically cliche way label a girl that always wants a male's attention, and they usually do crazy things for a guy or whatever. Like, they long for love from a guy. They may say that's daddy issues. But I feel as though if she do some type of shadow work on, like, why do I always have to go for that route, when she realizes that that's kind of unhealthy, which is a childhood wound, she probably don't want to accept that about herself or the situation. Which everybody's shadow work and childhood wounds and traumas are different, okay? So for the people that's watching me talking, oh, daddy issues, da da da, yeah, I know. I'm just using this as an example. Everybody's story is different. Just listen, okay? All right. So yeah, let's just take that. She may long for a male's attentions because of the lack of attention or presence from her father in, her childhood life. So that's where you might find somebody, longer for that. Or mommy issues, where a guy may find it hard, that, the mother is somebody that's always going to love you. If, let's just say he was adopted and given up. Okay? This is something that really harms a lot of people and their psyche. If you do shadow work, let's say you are the adoptive son that doesn't have the mother in his life. If he does his work and realizes that, okay, my self-worth is, not valued by another person but myself, and like how I can handle it myself, I'll be fine, and I wouldn't bring that into other relationships. Just learn from that. When you learn from pretty much the past and things like that, you are able to move forward healthily, know how to, pretty much it's like time with experience. You are able to grow from that. Like, I don't know if I can make that make sense for you guys, but that's the best way I can describe it.
Oh God.
But yeah, back to mental health and being able to recognize and grow from situations. Yeah. So pretty much, yeah. After you realize things about yourself that you don't want to accept, and not only realizing and accept that about yourself, you're able to reach new heights. Self-awareness is very powerful. Discovery is always important, learning about yourself. Because, it's things that you don't even know about yourself, but you have to sit with and, actually look for. Because you just think about the surface, okay? This is kind of like a psychology lesson where you have, the self I show you now, the inner self, ego, things like that. All of that plays into yourself. You have to explore yourself. That's why they always be like, you don't know a person to like so many years and things. But moving back to the topic so I don't get off the track, maturity, last but not least for me. I feel like maturity is something that you will gain after doing some type of shadow work. Because a lot of people become, I would say, childish when it comes to, I'm just say, relationships, business, things like that. Let me think of a business one because this probably is going to hit home for some people. But let's just talk about business. Let's say you are a boss. You are a boss. You have a company. You are doing things to where you get money. But you are a selfish boss, a mean boss, things like that, okay? And your coworkers see that. You may run into a problem where, that may backfire. You don't always, want to be seen as that person, but if you're coming off that way, that can affect your ways of work. Once you realize that and fix something about yourself, just know that you are able to, as my mama would say, you get more flies with honey. You be more sweeter, things like that. I'm just saying that, you don't disregard that about yourself, but you realize that you're doing that to grow and be able to go forward in life. Okay, it's all about shadow work, knowing yourself, knowing that that's a part of yourself. Acknowledge those things and kind of fix those things, like kind of tweak them. I'm not saying that if you are this hard body person always cussing people out because you don't want nobody running over you, just know that the reason why you're doing that is because something hurt you in the past to where you feel as though everybody's trying to hurt you. That's not it. Be it, again, self-perception, knowing when somebody is doing that properly to you. Is that projection? Are you repressing? Knowing yourself, okay? I can say that I probably still need some work that I don't know about myself, but I feel like I came a long way to where I cannot be moved in my own emotions and things like that because I know myself. So what I'm trying to do for you guys today is get you to a higher part of yourself as well, just as I am on my own journey. Okay, so let's look at some ways that you can overcome them. Okay, like I said, self-awareness. So what you can do, which you probably won't always catch yourself doing, but if you're talking to somebody and you kind of feel that you are in a situation where you are uncomfortable, you feel like you're being mean, or just things didn't go nicely, record it. Record it or take note. But oh, I blew up at this person on blah 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 day. Okay, you probably did that because you were angry. But also ask yourself, why was you angry? What caused that? What was your feelings? Okay? So let's say somebody said something to you that was a trigger. Triggers are indications that something from the past has caused that. So really think about your emotions, okay? Also, again, another thing to move forward with shadow work, be honest with yourself. Be honest and know that, people might tell you some things about yourself that you may not like. But be honest with the fact that, oh, let me analyze that first. And analyzing that is pretty much you being able to sit there, see those qualities in yourself, and what can I do differently if, it's affecting my relationships with people or my own self. Because, those things can affect you as well. Your psyche, your mental, like I said, your health. So, by that being said, when you release those traumas, you're able to live a more peaceful life. People that are stressing, if you're stressing a lot, that causes, if you have those type of problems, it could cause heart problems. I don't know, but I know most of the time it could cause high blood pressure, things like that. Just you being able to, people like to binge eat, stress eat, things like that. That's not good for you. If you're happy, you're able to, have a healthier lifestyle, be able to not worry about things and move on with your life. That's what everybody wants, really. So, yeah, again, that journal. Keep a journal so that way you can, look back and see your progress. Okay? Yeah. All right. So, next time, just do some mental notes and things like that. I'm glad that I can kind of school you guys on what shadow work is, but now I will be hopping into the actual reading for your sign. Okay, I am here with your shadow work reading. First I will be starting off with Leos. Okay, for my Leos, we'll be looking at what are some things that you need to realize about yourself. What are some things that you need to acknowledge about moving forward into your shadow work. Okay, what's some qualities about yourself that you may need to tweak a little bit. Okay, Leos, let's see. Leos. Okay, Leos. Woo, okay, Leos. I feel as though you give up easily. Okay? Like you don't want to try. I feel like you don't want to try getting to know people. I feel like you don't want to try anything when it comes to changing yourself. Like, ooh, this is stubbornness too. Okay? But yeah, I just feel like if this person does not apply to your life or something like that, you like, I'm gonna let them go. No. I don't know. I feel like some of you guys don't know how to get your emotions under wraps, okay? Like you react off of emotions. So I feel like you guys need to be more mindful in arguments or something, because you may let everything loose. So okay, so you guys may let your emotions loose when it comes to anger, vindictiveness, and da 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 da. Okay, so really okay, really really work on that. Like, it's a lot, because I'm taken back by like how much you guys like lash out on people out of emotional anger or just emotions in general and cut people off because they don't work for you. But I feel like you guys should also consider what that person is saying, because it might be some truth to it. Some advice just in relationships and just situations, before reacting, maybe you guys need to just sit and think about what the person says. Like, I don't feel like talking right now. Give me time. Say that. Then go into the situation better, because I feel like you probably lose a lot of connections or, just opportunities because you are such hell on wheels being angry for what? Let's just see. Yeah, something has happened to you in the past, and again, look at those claws. Look at those, even those tiger claws, but look at it. That's still to me like a representation of you guys, Leo. Something happened in the past that you're not over. Like, you're not over it, and now you're like, you lashing out on other people, and really taking it out on them. And they're not the root of the problem, okay? They're not the root of the problem. You're cutting, you pretty much you biting the hand that feeds you type of thing. Like, you, please, like I'm overly feeling emotions. Like, I'm sorry if this happened to you, like, this is probably what the person's saying, like, I'm sorry this happened to you, but at the same time, I'm not that person. Don't take that out on me, okay? Because you're hurt people, and that's what you're doing. You're hurting people. Hurt people. Keep that in mind next time. And, you know, don't react off an impulse. Yeah, hurt people. Because look at this guy. I feel like if you're dealing with a masculine energy right now, this guy, he just looks like he's just trying to love you and things like that. But he's trying to love you, but he's broken down. Like, his arms is like, he, you know, he's really just, he's going through it. And not only that, I feel like this guy in particular, or just masculine energy, whoever you're dealing with, they're like, oh, I'm trying to bring in love and things like that, but I'm walking on eggshells. Like, what am I supposed to do? Okay. Let's just look at more things. When it comes to what you need to realize. So we know that you could be emotionally unstable, but I'm only saying that because it's something from the past that you did not work on. And I feel like this could have been the masculine energy or male counterpart in your life, okay? Kind of opposite of what I was saying for Cancer. Mommy daddy issues. Remember, guys? So maybe that's what's going on. Maybe you need to go back and fix something with your father, or just a male figure. Maybe you need to go to a male figure to get some advice and clarity on how to move forward. You know, because you probably have some type of resentment as to why. Yes, there's nothing yet is set in stone. So I feel like with that, I feel like you guys have been wanting some type of peace in your life, to be able to settle down, not be able to worry that people are going to hurt you. Okay? People are not going to hurt you. People are not going to do you like that, okay? Things can always change. So you can always change things in yourself. Don't be stubborn. Okay? Do not be stubborn. If you change this about yourself, you'll be able to reach this kind of happiness before you even know it. Sorry guys, my mom is calling. So hang that up real quick. Oh yeah, I'm calling her back. But yeah. Maybe right now this was your wake up call. Like, wow, maybe this is why I'm not happy, because I kind of push people away because of my emotions I cannot control. But yeah. So yeah, you have a whole lot of aquamarine, something about sitting, you know, things like that. Really just, you know, sit and think. Take time to yourself and quiet. That's what you need to do, because you have meditate and contemplate. Okay? Really sit and think on this matter. Like, do I really do this to people? Am I this way? You know? Because, like, people don't like doing it. They don't like having to sit through their own realization of their self, and, like, kind of pretty much do, like, a self-critical moment, because you think you're perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody is going to be this nice, perfect person. Those are things about yourself. Once you realize that, you'll be like, okay, I can tweak that to become an even better person. Okay? That's what you guys need to do. Moving on to the next fire sign. I'm going to start with the Sagittarius on this one. Let's look at... Ooh. Okay. Let's look at Sagittarius. Let's look at Sagittarius. Okay, something about being forgetful. I feel like you guys deliberately, like, try to push things out of your mind about what happened. Like, you just had this, it never happened. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Like, if I say it didn't happen, it didn't happen. And it's like you kind of push your problems on the back burner. But those problems, let me tell you something. You put a pot of water on the back burner on high, it's still going to boil over, guys. So I feel like this is some anger or some type of big emotion. I don't know it yet, but let's look at what my Sagittarius needs to work on and acknowledge right now when it's the start of their shadow work. For my Sagittarius. Sagittarius. What's up with the fire signs fighting already, okay? Maybe you're fighting for some type of... Okay, maybe you guys are fighting for some validation. Maybe you guys are fighting for acceptance. Something that you're fighting for. You feel as though you need to fight for something. Don't know what. But I'm going to just say this now. If it's something that's like validation or something like that, just know that you should not have to fight for anybody's love, affection, acceptance, nothing like that. Because what's meant for you is meant for you, okay? Sagittarius? Okay. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Got these cards popping out. Yeah. You guys either want to be upheld like this with the Page of Pentacles here. You know, you want to be held up like this. You want to be seen as the star player, or, you know, the person on top. Like, you want to be loved the best way. But you don't have to fight for that. So, again, this is something about yourself that you are, what's the word? I'm not going to say needy, but constant, like, begging. Like, I feel like you beg. Like, you be like, no, I don't beg, da da da. But just think about it. Like, have you found yourself yearning for something, and that could be somebody's attentions, approval, things like that, and you try to fight for it? Maybe you guys need to be more laid back when it comes to, like, okay, I see that this person might not be as interested in me. I'm gonna stop putting my all in it. So yeah, you probably put your all in, like, loving somebody, you know, trying to, you know, show them that you're worthy. But somebody that, you know, knows that you're worthy, you ain't even gotta do work. Okay? You don't have to do work. This person's gonna come to you. They're gonna make it known. Okay? This is almost like a child. Like, you know, you want somebody to realize that you're a person, that you're here, that you're a great person. Like, you want somebody to see you. But the thing is, you need to see you. When you, like, it's almost like, oh, I know I'm the shit. I ain't gotta go out there promoting, like, I'm the shit, guys. No, somebody's gonna be like, oh, you the shit. They gonna be looking at you like, I don't know. Stop trying so hard. That's what I'm getting. I don't know. I feel like it's a word for that. Yeah, like I said, once you realize that you are the shit, or that you don't need to constantly beg, or, you know, try to have somebody around, because I feel like you may have abandonment issues. That could be a thing too, from your childhood up until now, you know, from this time boiling point. Like I said, the boiler on the back burner is starting to come into your present life other than your childhood. So you have some type of abandonment issues where you're trying to, like, fight for somebody to stay in your life. Don't leave. You want to be upheld. You want to be the only person, you know, the focus, because you probably wasn't the focus. Once you do that and realize that you don't need people to be happy, or what I call the abandonment, like, you don't have to have anybody there or something like that. Pretty much, you know, people that wants to be around you, they'll come around you. You don't have to fight for this love and affection. None of that. So take this one. So the Two of Wands in reverse. So you're like, yeah, you won't have to go search for this person, or, you know, this type of, you don't have to search for a filler, a void. Stop trying to fill voids. It's like a puzzle piece. If the piece fits, it will go. Stop trying to force things to work in your favor. I feel like you guys may have a controlling issues because of abandonment issues, to where, okay, this person's not gonna leave me, because guess what? I'm gonna make it to where they're not gonna leave me. You can't keep people in your life. So if you've been recently keeping a toxic person in your life, that's hindering you more than helping you in your psyche, because you can grow better without this person. Or maybe this is a job. Maybe you're fighting to keep a job because it makes you look good in society right now. Like people, you feel like you get some type of, again, validation. You make people proud. They're kind of like jealous of you. Like you like that feeling, but if you're not happy on the inside, if you feel like you have to fight for something or do something, then you're really not. Yeah, I feel like with the Five of Swords here, it's like, okay, you do all of this. You do all of this. Let me see, y'all. You do all of this. You look like you won, but everybody else gave up. You think you won the fight, but I'm just gonna let you know. Just because you like, it's like, okay, people can walk away. People can disagree, agree to disagree, walk away from things, because having the last word is not always, important. Know when to walk away. Okay? If you're that person that needs to hear this, stop trying to have the last word. You can speak all day, but if it's not facts or if it's not needed, if it's not helping you, don't say the last word, okay? Yeah, it said take time to breathe. A win-win outcome is your forecast. So with the win-win outcome, I feel like whether you walk away from a situation, it may seem bad, but at the end of the day, it's still a win-win. You walked away, you became the bigger person. Whatever is no longer needed for you, something that is for you is going to come. Just take a breath out. Stop trying to control things, and you're holding your breath. And it says your commitment is being tested. So with that being said, I feel like this commitment is to yourself, okay? This commitment is to yourself, and this could be an actual relationship with another person. So if you walk away or you choose yourself because you've been choosing somebody else to fill a void or something, whoever that person is, if they see your worth, they're going to come back. So don't fight for things that's not meant for you. Okay, that's holding you back. That's you going through a karmic lesson over and over again. You do not need that, Sagittarius, okay? Hopefully that made some sense to you guys. Comment and let me know. So if you want a personal, I can let you guys know, more in depth for your personal well-being of, if they help you out. But let's look at these Aries. Let's look at Aries. Okay, what's something that Aries needs to acknowledge within their life right now when it comes to shadow work? Shadow work. I don't know if I said this already, but this is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Try to get some general messages too. Like I want this to be broad because like I said, it's different. But these are general messages, so this may or may not resonate with everybody. So then, okay, Aries. What are some things that needs to be acknowledged? Okay, in case you want to come out. Here, cause my back just started hurting. I feel like you guys put a lot of weight on your shoulders. I feel as though this is somebody that has siblings, okay? I'm saying this is because like when you was younger, you could be the older sibling, or you could have been like a person that had to take on the weight. You guys took on the weight. You pretty much put yourself in that position to where you probably lost a lot of your life, like your childhood, being a grown-up. Maybe you need to let your hair down. You need to be more open, because like I feel like you guys are very serious right now. Like, whew. Oh my gosh, like stressed out, like, oh, I gotta pay this bill, I gotta make sure this straight, blah, blah, blah. Like you feel like you have to do everything at once. But all in all, it's like you're able to, enjoy, your inner child, go back to a time where you could live your life, not be able to, always worry about a bill that wasn't yours in the first place. Or, a sibling of yours that you didn't have to raise. So, yeah, really let your hair down. Don't hold those burdens, okay? Aries, don't hold those burdens, okay? Let go of burdens. Maybe that's all together. Generational curses. Things like that. It's not your fault. Don't take that blame. Somebody's putting you under the bus and they want you to feel the blame. Don't take it. The moon here. What's up with this moon? Let's get some more messages. The moon, the magician. Okay, yeah. I feel like somebody been trying to make you look like a person that you're not, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, y'all need to start becoming more self-aware about yourself, because if you don't become self-aware and know yourself, guess what? People are going to be able to manipulate and, you know, form some type of Frankenstein agenda about you that you know is not you. Okay? They're really going to do that. That's the key. The shadow work is key for y'all guys right now too, because with the moon card and the key being here and the magician, yeah, like I said, somebody's being made out to look like somebody they're not, or maybe that's something you really need to do right now. You need this type of transformation in your life. You need this transformation more than you know it, because you have maybe you've been eating unhealthily to where you need to start eating more healthy, because that is physically causing you guys to bring sickness. Maybe you guys, like when somebody says something about you or you're stress eating can cause you to eat fatty things, or, you know, just things that make you feel comfort because you're uncomfortable or something right now. So that's making your gut grow a little bit. Okay. You could have some home issues again with your family and friends when somebody makes you out to look like something you're not. But you need to know who you are. You know who you are. Because you feel like you're personally attacked. Oh my God. Like, in my mind, it's like, oh my God. Like, I'm about to say Virgo. Maybe you're done with Virgo. I'm like, oh my God. Aries, like, you didn't do anything. It's their fault. So I feel like that's one thing that you guys need to work on. Stop blaming somebody. Maybe you are the person that's blaming somebody so they can get the weight off of your shoulders. You need to do some type of accountability as well. You need to start eating healthier, and stop stressing out about things you cannot handle. That could be, you know, for either Aries that's listening to this right now. Let me get one more. Let me just clarify the magician, the three middle, because I feel like these are three different situations. You need to get out of your head and let some you're being taken advantage of here, okay? So I feel like somebody is psychologically tricking you out to make you look like somebody that you're not, and you know you're not like that. They're bad for your health, okay? So mental health at that. Like, I really hate these type of people. Like, you be like, oh, you're the cheater, or you're this, that, and the third. It's pretty much this is projection. You're letting these projections get to you, and you're convincing yourself that you are. Like I said, you need to be more self-aware so you cannot hurt your mental this way. Again, something that needs to be walked away from with the 8 of Cups here. Because, like I said, this could be mental abuse dealing with somebody, and you probably dealt with that a lot because, I don't know. A lot of you, like, I feel like you guys really need to shed a skin of yourself. Let's see. We saw that and really helped. But yeah, some of you guys are, y'all health, something about your mental and your physical health is going down because of these problems where it's a actual physical person, somebody's taking advantage of you mentally, all of that. Then if it's not somebody else, I feel like it's just all within yourself. Some self-work, like eating healthier, making better choices, stop being stubborn and staying in a situation, your own victim, self-victimizing yourself to where it's like, oh, I'm living like this because it's somebody else's fault. Because like I said, you blame other people. But maybe you need to start with yourself. Like, oh, I can get out of this situation because I want to and I can. Okay? says time to give rather than take. So I feel like this is like taking for yourself accountability and stop blaming other people. Okay, like I said, you could be dealing with a Virgo, or maybe this is the Virgo doing this to you, vice versa if you are a cross watcher. Let's see, two more things to help you. Which we know whatever I just said right then, that needs to be released. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is what do you need to release? So I feel like this is something about yourself. Let me help that focus. Ooh, yep. So something about yourself or an actual toxic relationship. Maybe, yeah. Okay. Frankenstein, that makes sense. So when the doctor created Frankenstein, I feel like he wanted to create a monster or just a son or something like that. Pretty much a representation of him and his work. I feel like whoever you're dealing with, that's how you view yourself. Okay? If you feel like you're a ooky person, you're rude, that's projection. And this is projection onto another level. Projection to where you actually date the I'm gonna just say the shadow version of yourself. Like you just deal with it because you don't know how to deal with it by yourself. Like, I don't know, that's kind of some freaky nut crap right there. Oh crap. That's some freaky stuff right there, but that's what's going on. And it says your commitment is being tested. So like, yeah, this is an actual commitment with a person, and I feel like this is also with you. Like, how committed are you to yourself to make this change and realizing that you need to really do this. Time is ticking. But that's all I have for my fire signs. Okay, so if these messages did resonate with you guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Also be sure to click the notification bell to get more of my latest videos. I will be posting early January readings for you guys, and as you know, I am Melamona, and you guys have a good day, my sweets.